Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is Mayor Harry Williams. He is, of course, with Hardeeville. And Mayor, the last time you and I chatted, you were thinking about retiring, but I think that maybe you decided there was a little bit more work you had to do, so you're back. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me again.
And so what we want to talk about today is, although you're running unopposed, so you're definitely going to be in office for the next term, there is something on the ballot that you feel really is important to discuss because that is a little bit controversial. So talk to us a little bit about the sales tax issue that is on the ballot coming up.
There are, in both counties, there's a sales tax referendum that the voters will have to decide on next week. And that it's a transportation sales tax, not new to Beaufort or to Jasper County. We both had them, and they both sunsetted 2 years ago. They came out together because this is really about a regional transportation system throughout both counties. Our roadways connect each other, and also, most importantly, it's about the safety of our residents who are on our roadways, but also not just residents, but the workers that we need going throughout our two counties to Hilton Head, to Bluffton, to Hardeeville. We have them coming from all over, and their safety is very, very important. But there's another aspect to safety that perhaps hasn't been talked about in this referendum, and that's the safety of our residents leaving here when there is a mandatory evacuation route. Without getting into too specific, if you look at the projects on both lists, there is $544 million between the two counties that will be devoted to roadways that are used for mandatory evacuation. But there are also important roadways that transport or that connect all our region for our workers.
Well, those are obviously very important topics that you're talking about right there, particularly the evacuation. But of course, also, we do have workers that, as you said, travel from all over. If somebody is thinking, if they're leaning toward not wanting to vote for it, where can they get the information that might help them to understand better really where those funds are going? Because I do think sometimes people are a little bit confused as to where those funds are going and where those funds are primarily coming from. So talk to us a little bit about where they can get some information on that.
Well, there's a lot of literature being passed around and that have it in actual paper form, but also you can go on either county and see what its very specific projects. Beaufort County has $950 million for 10 years. Jasper has $470 million for 15 years. And what's important to know is that these taxes sunset when either one of those benchmarks are reached. So if $950 million is collected in 9 years, it stops. If 800 is collected in 10 years, it stops. So there is a sunset to that. You can see very specific projects. That's where I came up with that $544 million before. I actually took them, add them together, and you can see exactly what it's being used for.
And we've got about 30 seconds left. If you could just maybe give us a little sneak peek at what some of those projects are specifically.
Well, of course, for Beaufort County, there's $90 million devoted to the 278 corridor, which includes the bridge project. There's $120 million devoted to the triangle, which is the 170 corridor that connects to 278, very important. And for Jasper County, their triangle, there's $57 million in Argent Boulevard and $65 million devoted to 278 and $105 million devoted to the corridor that goes 46, 170, 315.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for being here today to give us some clarification on how to vote and why you think it's important to vote yes on that. We appreciate the information today.
Thank you for having me, and everybody get out there and vote.
Thanks to everyone on the show today for their insights and contributions. As always, our production team is behind the scenes to make all of this possible. And of course, we are honored that you have chosen to share a part of your day with us. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and we'll see you for the next WHHI-TV Daily News.